In the presence of the Lord right now. It's time for the saints of God to get busy for God. It's good to go to church. I grew up in the church and in the streets. But what you going to do after you leave the church? Are you going to pass out tracts? I came from a mega church. And thank God for the church I came out of before I started my own ministry with my wife here in New Jersey, Flame of Fire Ministry. And there's a lot of preachers sitting on the pulpit, about 30-something preachers. Like to me, after the service was over with, allow them just go out to dinner. Olive Garden, nothing wrong with Olive Garden. I love Olive Garden. Down in Harlem, going to dinner, but won't pass out no tracts. Not telling folk about Jesus. What are we going to do after we come out the church? Are we going to spread the love of Jesus throughout the streets? I just sit there in church and just shout and jump. It's good to praise the Lord. But Jesus said, I call you to be witnesses. Got a whole lot of preachers wearing collar necks. Got your legs crossed up, but won't tell nobody about Jesus after you leave the church. Won't pass out a tract. Because you're fighting over positions. You're trying to get a big name for yourself. It became a contest. Who's the best preacher and who got the best church? It's not about that. God is the best. God, you are the best. And he stands out of all the rest. Everybody not in ministry for the right reason. Some of you guys in ministry just for a contest. You think this is a competition. No, you got the wrong mentality. The Bible declares in Philippians chapter 1 verse 15, Apostle Paul said, and some indeed preach Christ out of envy and strife, and some of goodwill. Some just jealous. I can do what he can do. I can preach like him. But first of all, did God call you to preach, first of all? Or do you call yourself to preach? Like to me, I met women, and we thank God for men of God is out there. I met more women who was more faithful in passing out tracts in the streets, more than a lot of ministers who I met who just sitting on the pulpit with your legs crossed up, trying to wait for a night to preach. Nothing wrong with wanting to preach in the church. But Jesus said, they that are whole do not need a physician, but they that are sick, I didn't come to call the righteous.